What up? What up? What up? We're here. Today's week, our monthly watch along. I've actually started to schedule the watch alongs. So this month, I gave the guys the votes. You guys chose a TNA pay per view. I did not know what events to put on a list in order to vote on it because I didn't know what TNA pay per views were available for um, to watch on YouTube, and that was one of the things I had to figure out a TNA pay per view that was going to be something that everybody would have access to. So I went into the TNA YouTube channel and I tried to remember what events was in August or September, and so I looked and it came up that Hardcore Justice was in August. And I'm like, well, it'll still be August when I do the watch alongs. Um, I could have just went with September, but I'm gonna go with August. So the August pay per view is Hardcore Justice 2011. Now, how I landed on Hardcore Justice 2011 was it was the first Hardcore Justice show I came across, and I don't remember if I seen it or not. So here it is. Now, a lot of these pay per views are very random. People have messaged me saying that these are very bad pay per views. Why do you want people to watch terrible pay per views? It's like I don't. These pay per views I have not seen. Like that's the point of this. I don't want to commentate and watch stuff I've already seen that we've all watched 100 times. Watching fucking WrestleMania 17 over and over again. You've heard everybody talk about that stuff at length. I don't think anybody's ever watched and had a watch along that features TNA, let alone this pay per view, Hardcore Justice 2011. And because I don't remember ever seeing it, nor do I remember the event at all, this could be fun. It's going to be fun one way or the other. Whether it's bad or good, I have fun with these shows. What's up, Special J? What's up to everybody who's watching? Hopefully, everybody will be participating. Hardcore Justice 2011 is on YouTube. So put it in your YouTube if you have it on your phone or something like that. Maybe you just want to listen. That's cool. You want to watch it later? That's fine. But I use two different devices, so I know some people are probably listening to me on YouTube, and you're like, well, how could I listen to you on YouTube and watch the show on YouTube? It's like, yeah, I get it. That was not something I thought about until right this moment. But you can always go back and watch it later, and you'll get my commentary for what I've seen. I don't know what's happening on this show. I don't know. I know the era of TNA features Joker Sting because I saw the placard of the main event, which is Sting versus Kurt Angle. So we're gonna have some fun with this, and I want to give a couple of minutes for people to come in. So AJ3 talks to me about the EC3 winning the NWA title. I talked about that when I did my Impact review. Here's a positive, to give people a couple of minutes to catch up. Both NWA and Impact are now claiming they're going to spend more money on production. Apparently, the NWA is entering a new era, quote unquote. Now that Tyrus is formally retired, and he is legit retired, apparently. That they're going to spend a little bit more money on their production. Also, Camille lost the women's championship. That wasn't a big deal at all. You would have think that they would have talked about that more, but they didn't. Like I didn't find out until today that she lost the title. So she lost it to, I believe, Kenzie Page. I don't know. That's a weird decision. I'm guessing Camille is leaving, so he just picked the one young chick who's going to stick around for a while. But I don't know. I heard Camille is leaving too, so I think Tyrus and Camille are leaving. I don't know, but they apparently they're spending a lot more money on their production. I'm interested in seeing what the new look TNA, the new look Impact, and the new look NWA are going to be. I don't know when these new looks are supposed to debut. I think For TNA, I keep calling it TNA, but for Impact, it'll end up being the Impact 1000 show, which I've seen that that they're bringing back more oldies. They're bringing Gail Kim and Awesome Kong. They're gonna do some kind of 10-woman tag, and Gail Kim's gonna wrestle and Awesome Kong's gonna wrestle. Devon Dudley's gonna wrestle. Like, look, it sounds fun. Sounds very cool. But I will not change my mind. The Impact needs to look more to the future and not so much to the past. All right. So those of you who are here for the watch along, we're going to get started promptly in 15 seconds because I do want to get to bed at a decent hour. Wait a minute. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. We're going to have to rethink this thing a little bit. Think about it a little bit deeper next time. All right. So we're 6 minutes past the hour, and we're going to start the pay-per-view in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it started. So Sting is the champion? Oh no, Immortal! I like this. This is fun. He said it feels like showtime every minute. I can't help it. I haven't snapped. I just feel good. Man, Sting in that red suit, man, that shit's hilarious. That's that red suit, boy. Oh, I forgot there was commercials. Yikes, bros. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, bros. We got commercials on this show. We didn't even get through the intro. They got commercials already. This blows. But the red suit on Sting is actually dope. I love it. I don't like Immortal though. Immortal sucks. I wasn't a fan of the whole Immortal thing. Joker Sting is hilarious though.
It is everything that I need right now to right the ultimate wrong. This company belongs to Dixie Carter.
Okay. So Sting is on the side of Dixie Carter. Okay.
It does not belong to Hogan and Bischoff. Losing is not an option for me, Kurt. I can't lose. At Hardcore Justice, I'm going to walk out with my hand raised. And that's what's real. Rising up to the challenge of Immortal in the eye of the Stinger. There's something about me.
Okay, so Sting is the main character here because he was the only one they really featured in the intro. So Sting is the star of the show. That's fine. I'm not upset about that. Hogan and Bischoff are here. I don't know how to feel about that. We'll see how it turns out. Because Hogan and Bischoff being there it's not quite like Vince Russo popping up in WCW, but it does not bode well. I can tell you that. This is the Impact Zone. It actually looks full. That was the one positive thing about the Impact Zone. They were very enthusiastic. They were the same crowd every goddamn week, but at least they were enthusiastic. All right, X Division Championship matchup first. Who is the champion, first of all? Before we get through all this, because it might be some kind of 6-man or some nonsense. I don't know who the champion is. Okay, Motor City Machine Guns. Oh, Christy Hemme is here. She's doing ring announcer. This is after. No, this is before. What's the name? Put his balls on her chin, right? Austin Aries. Okay, so Alex Shelley is the first one out to shoot. He's not the champion because he doesn't have the belt. All right. I can't believe Alex Shelley is still wrestling. I can't believe he's still wrestling in TNA. This is floored. Hey, find a black person in the audience of TNA. Challenge. That's gonna be one of my challenges for the rest of the night. Hey, I think I won already. I think I saw one. Who is this? Austin Aries. Is he the X Division champion? I don't see the belt. Oh, nope, he's not. He doesn't have the belt either. So this must be some kind of multiple man thing. Oh God. Oh great. What is it? A fatal 4-way, a triple threat match? What is this? Remember when everybody used to be head over heels in love with Austin Aries? Huh, poor guy. Oh, Brian Kendrick is the X Division. How skinny are you when the X Division title is baggy on you? Good Lord. That is a thin man. And he's wearing genie pants. He's wearing a Latin pants. I don't know if he's going to bust out, start doing a hammer dance or what. What on earth? Why is he dressed this way? Man, I remember people used to be very excited to see Brian Kendrick too. Oh, Spanky. I remember the Spanky Ring of Honor days. So this is a triple threat match, apparently. I'm assuming one pinfall, one submission. I haven't been told otherwise. All I know is Brian Kendrick is walking around in these genie pants, and it's hilarious. It's always funny when Sabu wore the genie pants too. Them joints is hilarious. He wore them shits his whole career though. Brian Kendrick just decided he was going to smoke himself at the TNA and then walk around in genie pants. I don't know. He came in he was a big deal too. They treated Brian Kendrick like he was a big deal in TNA. So him being an X Division champion, I'm not surprised, but I have no earthly idea who he won it from or who he lost it to. So maybe he's going to lose it here tonight. Let's see. Every man for himself, obviously. Is it one pinfall, one submission? Oh man, this is it ought to be interesting. I think this is the Hogan era. The Hogan era is when the X Division title became like the de facto opening match title. It became the cruiserweight belt, you know, because Bischoff hated the X Division title. I think we did a video about that before, where we talked about how much Bischoff didn't like the X Division title because he didn't understand it. He didn't know what it meant. He didn't know what it was for, and he didn't know how it was different from the other championships on the show, which, you know, is a good point to have. It's a good point to say, how is this title different from this one? But the X Division title was about a style, really. You know, it still probably could have used a little bit more definition, but it wasn't about weight limits. It was about no limits, which doesn't make much sense, but you know, it was working. Oh my God, these commercials. All right. Back into the match. Alex Shelley is doing weird stuff to Brian Kendrick's body. No homo. What's up, TN Pyro? You all right? Hopefully everybody's having a good night. Austin Aries is hanging out outside the ring, just watching. Just watching. He's the heel here, apparently. The resident heel. I don't think Alex Shelley is a heel. I found an Asian guy in the crowd. One Asian. He's in the front row. I always like the X Division title. I don't like when it's pigeonholed as a cruiserweight belt, though. I think that limited the title, and it made it essentially what Hogan and Bischoff wanted it to be, which is a skinny guy's belt. You know, skinny guys win this belt, they can't go up, and you shouldn't pigeonhole guys. That's the one thing about the cruiserweight division in wrestling that they really couldn't get over. I think, as a matter of fact, this is an interesting note. Brian Kendrick, he did an interview, I think last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, about why WWE couldn't get a cruiserweight division off the ground. And he says that it's hard to sell people that that guys who are smaller than they are, that they can't beat them up. And that, in wrestling, when you're larger than life, it's easier to believe like Hulk Hogan or Roman Reigns can fight. It's harder to get people to buy that Rey Mysterio can fight. And I think it's a good point. In boxing they don't have that problem. UFC they don't have that problem because those guys are like lethal weapons. A 205-pound man in boxing will kill you, no matter how big you are. He'll try to kill you. You know, in MMA he almost certain to kill you. But in wrestling, you just look skinny. I mean, look at these guys here, and even though they're in shape athletes. None of them look like they can particularly whoop your ass in like a random fight anywhere in the United States. You know, you look like you got a pretty good shot against Brian Kendrick. TN Pyro says, "Do I know who came up with the X Division Ultimate X idea?" I do not. I know it came up a long time ago because it was in the original TNA era. I do not know the history of TNA's goofy ideas. Their goofy reverse ladder match. I don't know who came up with that crap. I just don't know what the hell they were thinking. Ultimate X though is actually it ain't brilliant, but it ain't that smart. The cables over the ring idea. I don't know why they decided to do that. To turn the ring into a jungle gym, but that's at least a TNA staple. People seem to like it. I don't know why. They botched this spot. A back rake by Austin Aries. A back rake. I think Jim Cornette went on an absolute rant about the back rake not too long ago, didn't he? About how guys like Bill Watts hate back rakes. But Hogan used to do the back rake all the time. They trading forearm shivers. They're not throwing punches. I'm talking about Alex Shelley and Brian Kendrick here. Guys don't know how to punch. That sucks. T and Pyro, do not leave us hanging. Who came up with the Ultimate X idea, for Christ's sake? I'm pretty sure you know, or you're gonna Google it, one or the other. I don't know. This match is actually slower than I thought it would be, for Christ's sake. Oh, nice attack from the side by Austin Aries. The referee is Brian Hebner, who looks like he's bigger than all the guys in this match. Not a good visual. Not the best visual, but whatever. Call them blue shoes, even though I think he's wearing Nikes. Oh, what kind of submission hold is this? That was a nice little submission hold Austin Aries had there. When he had the legs crossed at the knee, and then was pulling up on it. Like that was kind of nasty. Like an interesting version of a stump puller. I was never really in the Austin Aries camp. I know that the TNA fan base, they loved them some Austin Aries. I was always kind of like, on Austin Aries, personally. Not to say that he was whack or anything like that, but when he was world beater, world champion, and all that kind of stuff, I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm not buying it. It's like I'm kind of unconvinced in certain skinny guys that they should be in the main event. Austin Aries is one of those guys. He was a good promo though, but I think his ego was like pretty big. Still, business could use an Austin Aries now. I don't know, but then again, he is kind of small. He said you couldn't find it. It was probably a combination. Yeah, that's usually what it is. Is when it comes to gimmick ideas. Usually, it's one or two people. Somebody come up with like a basic idea, and then other people tweak it here and tweak it there. Very, very rarely can you say one person gets all the credit for something. I wonder how many commercials I'm gonna have to sit through with this shit. I'm not gonna get the Impact Plus so I can watch this stuff without commercials. I don't want to do that. Well, another reason why I like watching Impact shows is because there's not a lot of TNA YouTubers out there. You know, I think Marky D123 might be one of the only ones that is like a real prominent TNA YouTuber. And I love watching his videos on TNA because he really goes deeper and more interested in TNA than anything. Him being British is just, I don't know. I think is he British? Is he Irish? I don't know. I don't know I don't know these things. He's some random version of European. But those guys, they get TNA on free TV. So, you know, to them, this was the shit. In 20 years or something like that, somebody's gonna be talking about AEW the same way. You know, again, that's reach over profit. You know, these people got this shit for free. I never liked the move being called sliced bread because I don't understand how it comes across as sliced bread. Is he wearing foot socks? It looked like Kendrick is wearing foot socks. I mean, foot socks. What the hell am I talking about? I mean, like foot gloves. You know, those weird things where you put your toes in them and you look like you know, alien or something like that. These guys are working hard, but I don't care about this. I want them to hurry up and get this over with. I feel like I've seen a lot already. And this first match is not even over yet. Oh, a simple splash off the top rope. That was interesting. Right on the knee, too. Smart. They're working the knee of Brian Kendrick. And they're doing interesting submission holds. I've seen this is the third interesting submission hold I've seen. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is good. And Kendrick is selling the shit out of it, smacking himself in the face. Oh. Oh, it's a modified figure four. Nah, that wasn't no figure four, bro. I don't know what that was. They're kicking Brian Kendrick's ass, I'm not sure. Oh man. I'll never understand the Impact thinking it was smart to bring in Hulk Hogan and pay him as much money as you was paying him. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me. It was in like 2009 when they made that decision, 2010. He couldn't even really wrestle anymore, you know? He had a couple of failed ventures by that time too, Hulk Hogan did. And Bischoff, you know? Oh, a knee breaker into an overhead throw. That was pretty dope from Austin Aries. They're actually selling things. It's making the match kind of slow, but at least you could tell like they've been fighting these last 15 to 20 minutes. Ooh, nice kick. I think Taz has been on commentary longer than he was a wrestler at this point. 1, 2. Kendrick is starting to make his comeback. He's got his finisher countered again. What is Shelly doing? He walked. There was almost no goddamn urgency in that. Red the Whirlpool. Do you remember the Bound for Glory? Do I remember it? Oh my God! They're about to kill this guy. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! They tried to do a Doomsday sliced bread spot, and then Kendrick just tumbled over. It looked bad. It looked like somebody's gonna get hurt. Like somebody's about to get hurt. Anyway, do I remember the Bound for Glory series? Yes, I do. I remember that retarded shit. What a stupid idea that was. I'm telling you, I don't like round robin tournaments, man. It was an all timer. That and when people used to vote for who they wanted the number one contender to be, and it kept being Desmond Wolf. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, that was an interesting rib. The fan. Oh, sliced bread from on to Austin Aries on top of Alex Shelley, and that's the 3 count. Okay, a convincing finish. But they used to do these polls for TNA, so you could pick the number one contender. And at the time, Nigel McGuinness was fresh off of being in Ring of Honor, and he was coming into TNA, and everybody loved him, and they kept voting him to be the number one contender. And I remember the people started getting pissed because they kept having to give him title shots instead of just working it and making it who they wanted it to be. Oh, that was humorous. That was funny times, man. Those were funny times. This match was okay. It was not the best, but it was all right. What's Austin Aries talking about here? That Bound for Glory series was a mess, though. My favorite thing about that is I think Mr. Kennedy needed to win by submission in order to win the series, and he ended up winning by pin, which was top flight dumb shit. Oh my god, how stupid was that? How can whoever put it together just gave up on it eventually? Like, you know what? I don't care anymore, bro. Let's just end this. White Claws, a favorite of your boy Tony Khan. He licked the screen every time you see a White Claw commercial. More White Claws than weed. Hey, Taz. Mike Tenay. That's because he had cut all his hair off. Nigel McGuinness cut all his hair off to look like Desmond Wolf to change that look. So he did a good job of basically hiding himself. But you know all the people on the indies. Hardcore Justice started out as one of those goofy ECW reunion shows. If I remember correctly, before it became like a yearly thing, it was TNA doing a goofy ECW reunion show. But you don't need that. You never need an ECW reunion show. Sarah and Miss Tessmacher are the women's tag team champions. There's a lot of titty in between the two of them. Look at Miss Tessmacher's chin.
You two remember jumping us in the parking lot like two hood rats, two thugs from behind? And Sarita, you want to blame me for disfiguring your face? You're damn right I did. Because I did what I had to do to protect myself and my partner Tara. Let's not forget, they jumped us in the parking lot. We proved ourselves in the ring. We are true champions. And I guarantee tonight when we walk out of that ring, you can bring Hernandez, that freaking puppet, whoever you want. Because I guarantee we are going to leave that ring freaking champion. Come on, Brooke.
Why do they got such sharp jawlines? They got really sharp jawlines. The both of them. Two beautiful women. They just got sharp jawlines. JS hasn't watched a full episode of TNA in over 10 years. Join the club. We're watching TNA. I watch TNA sometimes. When they upload stuff onto their YouTube channel, I watch it. The recent stuff, I'll catch it when I can. Rosita and Sarita, and that is Zelina Vega. I didn't know she worked in TNA. How old is this woman? Oh, she fine. Ooh, she's smaller. Well, she's skinnier now, but oh my god, oh my god. I didn't know she was in. Oh, she's Rosita. I didn't know she was in Mexican America. One of the many, well, the failed offshoot of LAX. I actually liked LAX. I don't know what this is about. Who the hell is Sarita? She's wearing a mask. She got some hips. I didn't know. I was not expecting to see Zelina Vega on this pay-per-view. That means she's been wrestling a really long time. I thought she was younger than that. This is over 10 years ago, fam. This was 2011. This was 12 years ago. So how old is she now? How old was she then? How old is she now? She's got to be like her mid-30s now, wouldn't she? Unless she's a teenager here, which I don't think so. Even if she was a teenager, she'd still be 30 or something like that today. 31, 32. So she got to be in like her maybe mid-30s. Oh my goodness. Oh, Hernandez and the guy who was clearly not Homicide are being booted from ringside. Never been a big fan of Hernandez. I know a lot of people were. I don't know why. JS just found out that Zelina worked in TNA while watching random YouTube clips. Well, this is why I watch random pay-per-views, bro. You never know what you're gonna see. I had no idea when I started this thing that I was gonna see Zelina Vega on this show. She just took her earrings off too. So it's crazy. She's been a part of two Latin-based stables, but this one is almost purely Mexican because she's wearing the Mexican colors, which is the green, white, and red. I know the LWO has those same colors, but she wears like Puerto Rican colors. Anarchia. Zelina is really teeny. I think you mean tiny. She's very tiny. She is so short. Oh my god. She barely is barely the top rope. She is small. It's a small girl, man. I think this chick in a mask is not Mexican or something, which is why she's wearing a mask. Don't tell me they put a white woman in a mask, because that's what it feels like. It just feels like they put a white woman in a mask. Tara, big fan of Tara. Victoria was a big fan of hers when she was in WWE. I was a fan of her in TNA too. I think they did a good job with her in TNA as well. Why she's not in the Hall of Fame, I don't know. She needs to be. Oh shit, she's manhandling young Rosita here. She's about to tear her damn head off her shoulders. Oh, Rosita with the Hurricanrana, the head scissors. That was nice. Oh yeah! Oh my god, bro! I want to know who this white woman in this mask is, because she doesn't. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure she's not Mexican. I was watching this stuff when it occurred, but I wasn't on like reading the dirt sheets and stuff, so I don't have any idea who like random people in masks and shit are. I don't know. I think wrestling is more fun if I don't know, if we're being honest. I don't like knowing everything about the product. I can't stand that. It makes me more critical, if we're being honest. Like, I don't even know who was booking the show at this point. I think it was Hogan and Bischoff, right? And maybe a little Vince Russo. Because I saw recently that Vince Russo was around during the Hogan and Bischoff era. I didn't know that until recently. I thought he was gone by then. But no, he was there and it was actually working. I think he was the architect of like Aces and Eights or something. This Miss Tessmacher. I've never seen her work anywhere else. Where else did Brooke Tessmacher work? She just worked in TNA and that was it? Did she ever go to WWE? Because I know sometimes, like, They said both the beautiful people were in like developmental, but they never made it out. There's also a couple of other chicks who was in developmental and never made it out. I think Daphne was also in WWE developmental, but she never made it out. So there's like a couple of chicks who went to WWE developmental system and they never made it out. Rosita and Sarita. What's the likelihood that their names would rhyme like that? These arm drags will look pretty good. Arm drags and hip tosses, they're pretty solid. These are things you don't see that often. Not anymore, anyway. Efficient tags here from the young ladies, Mexican America. Whoever this woman is in this mask, she's an actual wrestler. You could tell. It's probably why they put a white woman in the mask. I'm telling you, I almost guarantee that woman is not Hispanic. They cut the ring off. They got her in the corner. That's solid tag team psychology. It's awkward how they have it because they got the heels on the right side, but they're facing the audience rather than the faces facing the audience. Like it's stuff like that you learn about wrestling where when you notice it, you don't think about it, but then you notice it. Like the faces are supposed to face the audience, and which is why they always tell people to know where the cameras are. Like as a baby face, you're not supposed to turn your back on the audience. So when you look at this show, the hard cam is behind the babyface team, so you can't see their faces, and that's a mistake. They're also on the wrong side of the ring. Let's see. JS says, I remember one spot in TNA where Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray wrestled in a hardcore match, and Jeff just laid himself on the table before. That's one of those LOL TNA moments. Oh man, LOL TNA used to really drive me nuts. I used to love it so much. That was the AEW botches of its era. When you just do LOL TNA, oh my god, that used to be so beautiful. You used to only see shit like that in TNA. Now you see it in AEW too, because so many of those guys grew up watching this shit. This is actually a very efficient tag team match. I mean, it's not great, but the psychology of it is actually pretty good. She keep dancing. It's like the dancers would make it Mexican, I guess. I guess if she keeps seasoning it, eventually people will believe it. She walked through a double clothesline. Adam Cole and MJF are somewhere whining. My beloved double clothesline. Well, one of them was Zelina Vega, so you'll be all right. She got paper thin arms. She got USB arms. 1, 2. Oh. I hate that Zelina Vega's finisher is a code red. I hate that. I wish she was something else. Something better. Victoria is so good, man. Oh, she got Zelina over her head in the gorilla press. Nice. And the crowd is woke. Good shit. This is good. They're actually not doing too bad. I actually like this match more than I like the first match. It's moving a little at a nicer clip. Better psychology. They can't. I mean, the moves are kind of off, but at least they know. They're in there trying. The Widow's Peak on Zelina. I keep calling her Selena, but her name is Rosita. 2 and 3, and the match is over. All right, solid enough. And it went to immediately commercial. Jesus, come on, brother. I think your 10-year-old niece JS might be taller than Zelina. I think she's vertically challenged. It's a disaster. She's so tiny. She's bite size. That match was solid. This was the era where they had tag team titles and WWE didn't for women. They were the tip of the spear of the women's evolution. But I think WWE would really kind of kick it into gear the next year with Paige and Bailey and all of them. They're still playing catch up. Who is that woman with Christy? I have no idea. Hey, it's Earl Hebner. Uh-oh, Pope about to talk.
Hardcore Justice pay-per-view event, our first Bound for Glory series matchup of the night. Pope, you are going one-on-one with Devon, and I got to ask you, your relationship with Devon, his kids, his family, who are you tweeting? Are you texting? What are you doing?
Pope business, Daddy. Right now, I'm trying to get a message out there. I've been trying to contact Devon, talking to the kids, and they're telling me
oh, the audio is shit.
That he respond right now. I'm sending out this tweet, and maybe somebody will come across Devon and tell him that, Pope's feeling. I look up to him, I respect him, and I want to do what's right tonight. You understand?
Always like Pope.
40 characters.
So I don't know what
I like making fun of him too.
Devon's issue is. I don't know what the problem is looking up to a young brother that's trying to make a change in this world. That's all I want to do, man. I want to be positive influence on those kids. That's what I've been since I've come into their life. The mom, the kids, the grandma, all of them, they respect Pope, just like I respect Devon. And
they respect Pope.
I want to convey that message, not just to Devon. I want to convey.
I hate that he never made it. That's legit. Him and MVP not being world champions pissed me off.
I know Devon's coming out there with a purpose. So is Pope, though. And Pope's purpose is simple. I'm going to go out there, true Pope fashion. I'm going to go in that ring right here tonight live. And Pope's going to do the right thing. It's that simple.
The audio chopped up his promo. Anyway, big fan of Pope myself. Holy shit. So the Bound for Glory series is a thing here. Crimson has 40 points. Samoa Joe has -10. -10. AJ Styles has 21. This is stupid. Oh, well, this is dumb. So now Devon has to wrestle Pope for no reason because Pope is technically already eliminated. Pope is already eliminated because he's gonna do his Dusty impression. Oh no, not the blueprint, Matt Morgan. The DNA of TNA. How do you get -10 points? Isn't Matt Morgan like a mayor somewhere now too? He's a mayor of some small town in the middle of nowhere too, right? They tried to make Matt Morgan happen so hard, boy. That's terrible. Guess what though? I was actually on their side at this point in time. I was like, man, Matt Morgan, give him a shot. WWE gave him a stuttering gimmick. That was so bad. Matt Morgan is a mayor in Florida. Okay. That explains it all. Da Pope. Oh, titties all in his. D'Angelo De Niro. I like that. That's a cool name, D'Angelo De Niro. Da Pope. It seemed like Pope should have been world champion at least in oh, so he's friends with Devon's sons? How the hell old is Devon's sons? How about they just started wrestling? They were here 10 years ago. How old are these fools? They were big kids back then. How old were they then? Oh, yeah. I don't know what Matt Morgan did to earn the stuttering gimmick, but Vince had a blast with that one. That stuttering gimmick was something else. He must have pissed somebody off. Otherwise, I don't see why you gave a guy that was that big and jacked I get it. He was bland. He didn't have a personality. But why? Who was booking this that they made Devon be a top point getter in the Bound for Glory series, where AJ Styles has 21 points and Samoa Joe has -10? That's humorous. Yeah, the titties all over the Titantron, boy. I've liked Pope everywhere he's been. I liked him in NWA. It seemed like he was going to be world champion there, and it never happened. I thought he was on the cusp of becoming something major in Impact. It never happened. It's disappointing, bro. Like, he can work and he can talk. What was the problem? Especially when you see a goober like Rich Swann became world champion. You better talk again. What's happening here? They rang the bell, so now it's not the time to talk. Why you got shin covers on?
I respect you, man. I just made it clear. I just told the world. I just tweeted, as a matter of fact. I respect you. I look to you like you're my big brother. I expect a lot out of you, just like those kids expect a lot of me, man.
Uh-oh.
Look, a couple of weeks ago, I gave you 7 points. I did that for a reason. Now, I'm all about this BFG thing, man.
Why they go to commercial in the mid promo? You worse than Raw.
But my friendship, my relationship to you, my relationship to those kids and their mom, it means a lot more, man.
Well, he got a relationship with their mom.
So I'm going to do the same thing like I always done, man. You wanted that back? I'm going to prove to you that you mean more to me than us getting here beating our brains out.
So wait a minute. Oh, hell no. This fool's going to lay down. No.
You're right about one thing. I'm going to get those 7 points.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You see how Pope looking like, what? Oh, he got the city pop. He picked him up to whoop his ass. This black on black crime. Okay, he pulled his knee pads up. Thank God. I hope he wasn't going to walk around with his goddamn shin guards. Shin guards are one of the weirdest things wrestlers can do. It never looks cool. Devon beat AJ Styles. Oh my God. You could tell AJ was done with this fucking company at this point. He doing jobs for Devon Dudley. I don't know. They kept pushing Devon as a single star. He was like I think he was a television champion or something like that too. What were they thinking? Like, did he have the book? I don't know. Not saying that he's like, hot dog water or anything like that, but he's trying to throw the match. He's still trying to throw the match. Oh, okay. Oh, he goozling this man? That's a grown man you just grabbed by the throat here. You can't let that man grab you by the throat like that, dog. But we don't play that around here. He grabbed you by the neck. You got to go ahead and put your hands on him. Collar and elbow tie up. After he grabbed you by the neck like you some little ass boy. An arm wringer. Stop this. The importance of wins and losses. Get out of here, Mike Tenay. This is a stupid thing. Nobody wanted to put together a story, so they decided we're gonna put together some kind of goofy ass round robin tournament. But odd numbers. You get 7 points for winning. Like it's a touchdown or something. Ooh, nice forearm. That shit was kind of stiff too. Who is this referee? This guy don't look. He doesn't look familiar. Why is Matt Morgan on commentary? I don't want to hear him. He's boring. I mean, everybody was so right about Matt Morgan. I have to apologize. If I would have been on, if I would have been online at the time, I probably would have been like, "Hey, Matt Morgan, do something with this guy." That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm not sure if it was Russo or Bischoff and Hogan. I'm not sure uh who was doing creative at the time. Something tells me that it wouldn't have been Vince Russo because he wouldn't have booked his Bound for Glory series. I can tell you that much. He wasn't about to sit around here and book no tournament. So something tells me that came from somebody with a wrestling mindset. So whoever was there with a wrestling mindset, maybe Jarrett. Was Jarrett there still? Or was he gone by this point? But somebody with a wrestling mindset then put together this Bound for Glory series. I think Vince Russo came back though. Because I do believe he was the architect behind Aces and Eights, or he's one of the guys behind Aces and Eights. But I know Bischoff took a lot of credit for it. But I think also that Russo worked on the Immortal faction, which is still going on at this point. But I think Vince Russo was in and out of TNA a couple of times, so it's hard to tell. But I can tell you this Bound for Glory series don't feel like a Vince Russo idea. I think most people have stopped watching TNA by 2011. Pope being friends with Devon's sons. I saw Devon's sons wrestling in AEW, and I thought they had just started. But clearly, they was around the wrestling business back in 2011. That's 12 years ago. So even if they were like 17 then, they're 30 now. How old are these people? I don't know if his son did his sons ever get signed by AEW or what happened there. I remember they being a big deal when they first got there for a little while. They also said they were trying for WWE, but I don't think it actually happened. Because Devon was still working in WWE when they were wrestling in TNA. He also supposed to be retired, but apparently not. Because he's going to be wrestling in White Plains. Crimson versus RVD. Is that on this show? Because I don't want to see that. I have no interest in watching anything Crimson. Crimson was one of the worst gimmicks. Oh my god. It was the shits. It was a bad gimmick in so much that it was just a winning streak and nothing else. It didn't require any personality, any intrigue, any intensity. And then he went to NWA and changed his name to Anthony Mayweather, which was hilarious. Because that's one of the most generic names possible. I do want to watch a WCW pay-per-view. We'll probably do it next month. I want to watch Road Wild 99. Because I didn't know there was a Road Wild 99. So I want to see that. But I'm going to still put it up to vote for everybody. So y'all can pick, another promotion if you like. Oh. I love when I go through Peacock and just find random shit. Like, what is this? Sometimes I can't wait and I watch it anyway, like I did yesterday with Clash of the Champions. I watched the one where the Shockmaster debuted and Bulldog wrestled Vader in the main event. Oh, what was that about? Well, he showed mercy to Devon and almost lost. Devon is blown up, brother. I don't know why Devon's sons look like my brother. Pope wins. Pope beat him. Nice little roll-up finish, too. He tricked him. He tricked Devon. And now he's disappointed in himself for winning. A roll-up. And you got Devon's sons clapping for Pope winning. So is Devon out now? Is he eliminated now? Is that what this is all about? He didn't want to eliminate Devon from the tournament? Oh, no, Devon wouldn't shake his hand. You're a sore loser, Devon. You got a head like a milk dud and an empty heart. Oh, his sons are shaming him into shaking his hand. Oh, you can't look bad in front of your boys. Show your boys good sportsmanship. I try to be a good role model for his boys. Okay. I don't know. Both of these guys supposed to be baby faces. I don't know how that works out. So nope, Devon is not eliminated. Pope is he won. He got 17 points, so he's still out. He's still out technically. I don't know what's going on anymore. This is dumb.
Crimson. Taking on my guest at this time, Rob Van Dam. And
no job, Rob.
Last week on Impact, the two of you teamed up, going back about a month or so. Asbury Park, New Jersey, the two of you faced off in a Bound for Glory series matchup. Crimson getting the points that evening. However, tonight, your chance to avenge that loss. Tonight, your opportunity to be the first man to get a win over Crimson, at the same time becoming the new leader in the Bound for Glory series.
I like the way that sounds, JB. Just like you said, tonight, RVD gets that #1 spot. And guess what, Crimson? I show you, you're not undefeatable. And you certainly aren't the whole Athens show.
Where's Jerry Lynn here?
Nice, bro. This ain't a tag match.
Lynn, what are you doing here?
Surprised to see me, JB?
Yes.
Listen, last month, Destination X, TNA had no problem whatsoever putting Rob and I in the ring against each other, trying to cause a little turmoil, a little friction maybe, huh? Well, they should have no problem at all tonight with me being in Rob's corner to watch his back. Because we go back a long time. And
why does Jerry Lynn keep trying to hitch his wagon to Rob Van Dam? You had a couple of good matches with this guy. That doesn't mean that, you know, you're his Marty Jannetty all of a sudden, his forever partner. Get out of here. And Rob just goes along with it. Come on. Who is this chick? Oh, Mickey James is here. That's cool. But who is this pale broad? Winter? Is that her name?
I should be Knockouts champion. And I'm going to make it official at Hardcore Justice. Beautiful Angelina in my corner. How could I possibly lose?
I've never seen this woman before in my life. Who is she? Oh, she's a witch or something like that? Oh, good Lord. Ah! The amount of female witches. Mickey James is hot. Today's Mickey James' birthday, if I remember correctly. Happy birthday to Mickey James. I saw it on Twitter, so I don't know if it was today, or if it's tomorrow, if it's yesterday. I don't know. So this Winter person is friends with Angelina Love? Okay. Knockout championship. All right. Here we go. Mickie James. This should be pretty good. She doesn't have bad matches. She just kind of had meh matches at one point in life. Will strange relationship lead to title? Strange relationship. What does that mean? Hardcore country meet hardcore justice. Okie dokie. What does that mean? What's a strange relationship? Winter's chance to win first championship. It's a tale of the tape. Not a lot of people do tales of the tape. I like that. I like that line, the tale of the tape line. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how you get negative 10 points. I really don't. I don't get it. How does the system set up where you can lose points? What is this? Her song is interesting. It sounds like some fairy tale, dark fairy tale stuff. Is that what this is about? That's her gimmick? The amount of implants I'm looking at here is amazing. Surgeon's dream. Winter, she could use a tan. And she got a sharp jawline. I don't think I've ever seen this chick before in my life either. So I don't know. Did she ever go to WWE? She end up in like FCW or something like that and get fired? Loves me some Mickie James. She rules. All right, so I guess we locked in on this women's match here. I don't know about this Winter stuff. So I've never seen this chick before. So I don't know if she's gonna be good or if she's gonna be the shits. So I guess we're about to figure it out. They got Angelina Love with her. Angelina Love is not that good, so who knows? He look good in them jeans though. Earl Hebner, the referee. Oh boy. Oh, she just tried to steal it. One. Oh, kicked out at one. That was good. The crowd solidly behind Mickie James here. Solidly. I mean, Winter. I mean, the name fits because she's white as snow. Oh, she got on a. Oh, what is this? It's not a surfboard. It's like a. Oh my God. That shit like it hurts, bruh. She got her foot in her back and she pulling her leg up. That's crazy. Mickie James teaching young Winter a lesson. The crowd. Is Samoa Joe gonna be on this show? Because maybe we can get an explanation of how he managed to lose 10 points. Did he sell them? Did he eat the rest of his points? What happened? Winter is overwhelmed. She is tall. That's for sure. They're doing the babyface shine right here because Mickey is all over Winter. So how are they going to do the cutoff? All right, that was the cutoff. Okay, fine. Oh no, she left her feet when she came down to do a punch to the back. So let you know she's a very basic wrestler. Oh, drop kick to the knee. I said that, Mike. It's like the third commercial in this match already. Oh, okay. All right, they're strategizing. They're scheming. I should have got some water. Oh, this water warm. I got some like some regular purified water here. It's kind of warm though. Oh, Winter is throwing her all around outside. Throw her over the barricade. Some young man is very close to Mickey James. They're pretty much having the time of his life. He's never going to wash those shins. I'll never wash my shins when Mickey James touched them. Are they trying to count her out? Because that's not smart. Oh, she keep breaking the count. Okay. So here comes Angelina Love, I gather. She got to cheat. Throw her in the ring. Which, if you were trying to help, that's what you would do. Instead of kicking her in the stomach. One. Not enough. Ain't got enough. This Winter has shown me nothing so far. I've not seen like character, personality, moves, psychology. Her psychology is basic because it's just basic heel match. You know, Mickey could do this match with anybody at this point. I haven't seen anything special about this Winter.
But have you ever listened with a Corona? That's the fine lights, Jack. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
No. Jackie knife? Why would it be a Jackie knife, Taz? It can be a jackknife just because it's girls. There ain't no girls named Jack, but still, it ain't gotta be Jackie. You idiot. Boo. Oh, a backbreaker. How simple. The backbreaker stretch. Clear sign of basic wrestler. She must have went through like 4 weeks of training. All right, so where did this Winter person go? Because if she's in this match, and it seems like she's been around for a while up to this point, and I don't remember her existing. So where did she end up? Why is she like not in AEW right now? So something tells me that this is one of these chicks that Impact found that nobody else wanted. Mickey's offense is very light. Nice head scissor over the ring. She's starting her comeback. So we're about to go to the finish. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, the people love Mickey. Good job. Top rope. Oh, whoopee cushion. Ah, Angelina Love is cheating. She cheating. What is that? What was that? Like a backstabber or something like that? Okay, 1, 2, and she kicked out. Oh, I see. Now it was a callback to the previous match they showed in the package. Okay. I guess that's the move she did in the package that Mickey lost to before. This Winter's she's no good. But let's so 1, 2. Oh, okay. Shoulder tackles, another basic move. I'm not seeing anything out of this Winter character. Let's hurry up and wrap this on up. Why is people chanting for Winter? Like what am I missing here? Am I missing something? Tornado DDT, that should be the end. Yeah, that DDT did look like it hurt. Oh, brother. Here come Angelina Love again. Stop it. Neck breaker. Solid. Oh, that DDT was stiff. Yeah, that DDT was stiff. Oh, that's probably that's why she's not in AEW. Hopefully she didn't take too many of those. Oh, she's spitting shit. What was that? Who was that? 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What was that? No way. No way. She just spit some shit in Mickey James' face. Wait a minute. What was this finish? You had Mickey flailing all over the place. Her shoulders weren't even down. Show the replay, fam. So this Winter is the Knockouts champion. I 100% don't remember this happening. I'm guessing this didn't last long. Yeah, this finish was trash. The pin didn't even make sense because Mickey's shoulders weren't even down. Like she's flailing all over the place on the mat. What's going on here? Show the replay. Get this fucking commercial down. Show the 3 count again because I don't think that is even a 3 count. What a crappy finish. And she spit like a blood capsule or something like that in her face. Yeah, no. It was a solid enough match until the end. I didn't understand the finish. This finish didn't make sense. Nah. Nah. Show the replay, man. Oh, so we're not gonna show the replay. Okay, never mind. I guess it doesn't matter. Brian Kendrick can't talk. So let's see what how this is gonna turn out.
In our opening contest, congratulations, you are still the X Division champion.
Well, thank you very much, Jimmy DeBorash. I really appreciate that. It was a hard-fought contest. I hope Alex Shelley's doing well. Yeah, I beat 2 of the absolute best the X Division the world has to offer right now. I'm in the middle of talking. This is why I hate this guy, man. It's stuff like this.
What is Austin Aries doing?
You know, for weeks, you guys have been coming out here with your Girl Scouts code of honor and ethics, talking about don't be cheating.
Don't be cheating.
The match wasn't a 3-way. It was Brian Kendrick,
and Alex Shelley versus Austin Aries, 2-on-1 handicap match. That whole match, you guys were double teaming me, 2-on-1, and you know what? At the end of the day, you still couldn't beat me. You didn't beat me.
I beat you. But I beat you.
I
did beat
but you didn't pin me. No, you didn't pin me. No, you beat Alex Shelley. You didn't beat me.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay. So they about to have this conversation. Look, that's why I don't like triple threat matches, bro. Like, why do we need to have this conversation? You clearly lost. If you didn't win, you lost. All right. So you stupid. Anytime, any place.
But right now, here's a towel. Go take a shower. You look like you're homeless.
Well, that is true. That part is true. When you say like he was homeless, that was true.
You're not the real oxygen.
He looked like he ran away from a group home.
I'm the X Division champion.
Well, clearly, let's go on. Let's go somewhere else. What's next? Oh no, more Bound for Glory series. Oh Lord. Oh, it's a month to go, you say? Why is Crimson Crimson? That's what I want to know. Why did they decide to make this guy your undefeated, unbeatable guy? Whose idea was that? Oh, just look at this guy. Yeah, he has a good look, but what else can he do? Oh, Van Dam! The whole effing show! Hey, we love everybody loves Rob Van Dam no matter where you go. No job, Rob. So clearly, I doubt Drop's about to do a job here. I'm glad Rob is on this show, but I don't like the idea of him wrestling Crimson. Oh, that sucks. Something tells me that Jerry Lynn's about to mess this up for Rob. Especially since they said they had a match last month. Dang, SoCal Val's? Oh, sheesh. How old is she? It's amazing seeing people that, I haven't seen in a long time. Crimson couldn't even do a simple punch and make it look convincing. This is not good. This is gonna be funny. He wasn't quite Nathan Jones. He's more like Matt Morgan 2.0. Like they had Matt Morgan and Matt Morgan 2.0. Oh wait, that lariat looked good though. That lariat was solid. No, I don't want to talk about football right now. This man got 40 points. That means this man got all the points possible, I guess. So did he steal the rest of Samoa Joe's points? How did Samoa Joe bet his points? Like somebody got to explain to me how he managed to get negative 10. BFG series. Whoever it is. I would love. They need to start putting on like Wikipedia who the creative person was during this era. Who was running creative when regular promotions was happening. Like when they do all in, it should say booked, produced Tony Khan, and then put the producers of each match. And it was so many fake Goldbergs. It was hilarious, bro. I don't know why they keep making them. I don't know why they keep doing this. It doesn't work the way that people think it does. You can't just put people in the ring, they win a lot, and then all of a sudden they're over. Like Tatanka was undefeated for 2 years, bro. Ludwig Borga was undefeated for a long time too. Nobody cares about either one of those people. Like Goldberg was a very special case. But since then, they keep doing it. They did it with Samoa Joe. That was actually very successful because Samoa Joe rules. But Jane Cargill, I keep calling her Jane because I keep hearing other people call her Jane, but Jade Cargill. It's so dumb. Hey, that T-bone suplex is pretty sweet. An exploder. It would be nice if this guy had a personality, for Christ's sake. He's coming across very Karrion Kross-ish to me. Except I actually like Cross. I don't like Crimson. Why did he take that bump? Rob Van Dam is one of those guys that can work with anybody. So, you know, it's hard to have a bad match for Rob Van Dam. You got to be working pretty hard at it. You got to be pretty bad at what you do to not get Van Dam a good match. I watched Rob Van Dam wrestle Balls Mahoney, and the match was good. Balls Mahoney sucked donkey dicks. I forget what show that was. He actually main evented with Balls Mahoney too. That was a mistake, but the crowd liked Balls Mahoney at the time, so they didn't care. I forgot who the world champion was at the time. I think it might have been Mike Awesome. Cargill should be booked like Bianca, nigh unbeatable, not undefeatable. It would be nice if Jade could make her matches look more convincing. Like when it comes to Bianca, she can get away with it because she can do a lot of stuff. Like when you look at her offense and everything, in terms of she could do the power stuff, she could do the speed stuff. It makes sense that you would have difficulties beating somebody who has strength and speed. You know, you would have to, of course, do the experience thing. You know, her ring IQ would be lower or something like that. But then, you know, she's the EST, so she's going to try to figure out how she can work her way out of these things. Well, when Jade Cargill can't make a basic match look decent, I mean, I don't see how you do anything except working around her. You know, you have to basically run into her. so you can't like this. She looks the part. She looks great, but you can't do much because Jade can't make herself look that great. But they did nail her presentation, though. You know, her presentation was off the charts in terms of how she looked and carried herself. Yeah, I mean, I remember talking to people online when Rob first came to TNA, and people were saying he was slow then. And I think he's just because he didn't give a fuck. It wasn't that he was. I mean, for starters, he was a little bit older at this point, but not as old as he is now. But I don't think he gave a shit when he went to TNA. I think a lot of people just gave up when they went to TNA. Just kind of like I think they gave up in AEW too. I think Sting might be the only one that's putting forth top effort. I think most people just go to AEW and they chill. Like a lot of people went to TNA and they just chilled. That's what it seemed like it was happening. You don't work that often, so you spend most of your time, you know, trying to stay in shape. But no, Rob looks good here. But back then, I remember talking to people on like message boards and stuff. They were shitting on Rob because they said he was slow, especially in comparison to like some of the X Division guys. But he was a lot older than these fucking guys. It's like you're gonna compare Rob Van Dam, and he's what, mid to late 30s here, to like AJ Styles. Like, come on. Like, you know, be serious. It's not 1998. But I definitely think he looked. He not looking too bad here. He's not looking like Jeff Hardy. So I'm talking modern day Jeff Hardy. Oh, 5-star frog splash. All right, now how are we going to get up with him not kicking out of this move? Because unless he kicks out of it. Oh, he kicked out the 5-star. Oh, whoa. Well, Rob gave him a little bit of time there, but he didn't give him enough. He definitely should have put his foot on the ropes or something like that. Why is there so much camera time on Jerry Lynn? Stop it. Unless he's about to do something. They're foreshadowing. It would be nice if Jerry Lynn knew how to, sell instead of just looking concerned. Like bite your fingernails, rocking your seat, something. Oh, that was a stiff spear. Not bad. He kicked out of it. It was nice for a short one. Whoever that chick is behind Jerry Lynn, she looked ready. Like she posed up for the camera. She know the camera right there. There's more women in this audience than there usually in an AEW show. A sky high. Oh, what on earth, Jerry Lynn? Oh no! What was going on here? Oh, Crimson just pushed Jerry Lynn and just shoved him right to the ground. So he wins by disqualification. I want to kick somebody in the balls for this. Whoever booked Crimson versus Rob Van Dam on this show and in the match of disqualification need to get kicked in their nuts. I hope his wife left him, whoever it is. I hope his kid slammed the door in his face, whoever he is. Talking about him just trying to help. You got him disqualified, you dipshit. Okay, so this must have been the workaround. So Rob and Crimson are like, yeah, we're good. This guy's a dipshit. Come on. So Rob refused to do the job for what it sounds like. And it was just kind of like, fuck it. How can Rob not win this match without actually losing it? Okay, so Jerry Lynn's going to get him disqualified. Randomly. Talking about I'm trying to help. He said, thanks, bro. I owe you one. Rob's a smart ass, bro. And Jerry Lynn looks like he washes cars for a living. I mean, my goodness. Do people not know how to dress when you're on TV? Oh. I don't get it. So did Rob Van Dam lose points for losing the match? Oh, here goes Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Anderson, although you say you joined Immortal for all the right reasons, it appears as though there are several members who
Ooh, hold your tongue, insolent fool. Not several members, one member. One member's got a freaking problem with me. Okay? Look at Immortal.
He's chewing gum during this promo. I remember he got heat for that.
We've got legends, future legends. They're just missing that one piece. You know what that one piece was? They were missing something. That grade A, genuine, authentic asshole. That's where I come into play, right? Huh? All right, right? Yeah.
I like this guy.
that there are two types of assholes in the world. There's the asshole that shits all over everybody, that pushes people around, that take what they feel belongs to them, that tells it like it is, but at the end of the day is willing to, help a guy out if he needs it. The gentleman asshole, if you will. And then there's the type that just blows a bunch of hot air.
What is going on here?
And I, through the process of elimination, have deduced that asshole is Bully Ray.
Uh-oh.
Now, Bully, there's not enough room for two assholes in a mortal. I don't even think that's scientifically possible. Everybody wants to be an asshole. It's cool. It's hip. It's fun. Bully, you give asshole a bad name. Bad name.
Bon Jovi. Oh my word. I like Mr. Kennedy Anderson guy. He's funny. He's got charisma. Oh Lord, Steiner and Gunner. Oh brother. Hey, I forgot about Fortune. They exist, huh? Everybody in this Fortune faction has wrestled a match this year. I cannot believe it. No. I can't say that because Bobby Roode has not wrestled a match this year. Christopher Daniels has. Kazarian is still kicking around. I don't know why. And AJ Styles does too. Poor Scott Steiner. Why is he involved with this? This remix of the Hulk Hogan thing. What the fuck? What are they thinking? What is this? Gunner. He is so generic. Look at this guy. Oh my God. He's a generic dude. I like when he was on Raw being crazy, but come on. Scotty Steiner. We should have some fun here. Because Scott Steiner's involved. I never was a fan of Abyss. I know he's like the TNA guy that everybody seems to like. I don't like Abyss. He's premium retard material. I'm going to go follow some thumbtacks and lose all of my teeth. Fortune 4. I don't get it. What kind of hand signal is this? What is this? What is this hand signal? What is this with no other finger? What is that? Why? Why was it this way? I guess because you couldn't do the other the four fingers, the straight up four fingers. Poor AJ Styles. Whenever they had a bad idea, they just threw him in it. Hey, I got a dumb idea for a rip-off Four Horsemen. How about AJ Styles do it? Hey, we need somebody to be Little Nature Boy Ric Flair. That's about AJ Styles do it. Christian needs a sidekick. How about AJ Styles do it? Jesus Christ. This guy was a franchise player at TNA. Whenever they need something dumb, they just threw AJ Styles in it. It seemed like nobody really appreciated him, and he stuck around all that time for no reason. You know? We are Fortune 4. It's only 3 of them out there, though. Where's Bobby Roode? Oh, my God. So it's a 6-man tag match. Immortal versus Fortune. Immortal is the Hulk Hogan group, I'm guessing. Because they got the Hulk Hogan theme song. Fortune, I haven't seen Ric Flair, so I'm guessing Ric Flair is around here somewhere. I just can't believe Kazarian is still here. I remember seeing Kazarian on Velocity. Jesus Christ, that was like in the early 2000s. Back when I used to watch any wrestling that used to come on television. I still kind of do. But watching Velocity, I have not gotten to that point. I know there's a lot of British wrestling fans who go through like Shotgun Saturday Nights and Velocities and stuff like that. I'm gonna do that eventually. I'm gonna eventually get to Shotgun Saturday Night. At least through the early days when they was on different locations. That ought to be fun. But watching like Velocity and Metal and all that, and I can't do that to myself. It's like 90% talking about what was going on Raw. That's why I don't watch Main Event or anything like that, unless there's a match on there I want to see. They spend 90% of the show talking about some other show. Like, why are you watching this? You should be watching NXT. You're like, of course I'm watching NXT. That's why I'm watching it. Come on. But they don't have their own storyline, so. That's right, Steiner. You tell them. Oh, Steiner botched that. The crucifix. Wasn't his fault. It's Kazarian. Why would you even call that? You know Scotty can't move that well. Why did we put Christopher Daniels in this group? So I want to know. His whole thing was he's some kind of gothic, mystical, wear eyeliner in the middle of the day kind of guy. How is he a member of the Four Horsemen or Four Horsemen like group? How does he fit? And that theme song is super generic. We are Fortune 4. It's like some Power Rangers theme song. Time Force. He got his fingernails painted. Very weird thing to do to be a member of like the Four Horsemen like group. The Abyss looks like he stinks, which is almost always the case. I mean, I'm very interested in the when he used to wear the Asylum like gear, like he's fresh out of like the Crazy House or something like that. That actually fits his gimmick. I never understood why he's wearing a mask though. I think this guy's a producer in WWE now. I don't think he. Oh no! What was that? Oh, it was a spin kick. It was a botch that they tried to save. I've never heard of him actually producing anything good. What has Abyss produced in WWE that's been any good? I know he's a producer or an agent or something like that, but I don't think he works with anybody who actually has done anything. I think they just give him a job because, you know, he damn near killed himself in TNA for so many years. I haven't heard of him doing anything. Anytime I heard anything good about somebody producing, it's either TJ or it's Jason Jordan. So like everybody else just hangs around. Everybody's just hang around, watch TJ and Jason Jordan do stuff. I never heard of Chris Parks do anything interesting in fucking WWE. He's been working there for a while now too. It's been several years. So I would love it if we could all ask that question one day. Like, hey, yeah, this, yeah. What is he doing WWE again? Like, who is he producing? Who is he the agent for? Like, I don't. Can we get an answer to that question? Because he just seems like he collects a check to do nothing. And has it ever been any good? I completely forgot this guy was in TNA. Gunner. Oh, brother. He just retired too now. I think he left his boots in the ring or some shit like that at some indie show. He finally gave it up. Oh, Jackson Riker. I mean, he had a generic name. Got a look. That's one thing, but it's just generic. But he looks like what, I mean, he comes across like what he is, though. Like a regular tough guy. Everyday, average tough guy. Belly to belly suplex by Scotty. Yeah, he cussing out the ref. Get him, Scott. Oh, that bum abyss is coming back. Oh. Uh-oh. Is that a choke slam? Oh, you countered it. You rolled it. All right. Oh, no. It's Kazarian. Oh, blandly competent Frankie Kazarian. The Elite Hunter. Oh, my God. I'm never going to forget the Elite Hunter, bro. He was the Elmer Fudd of Elite Hunters. I'm hunting young bucks. And fucking TNT explodes in his own face. I don't think the crowd likes these guys. I don't think the crowd cares about Fortune 4. We are Fortune 4. Oh, shit. Kill him, Scott. Yeah, where's Scott going? Don't leave, please. Please don't leave. Please don't leave me to Abyss and Kazarian. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Scotty. Last thing I want is to be left to have to watch Frankie Kazarian matches. I don't want to do that. Oh, he got a table. Shit gets real, bruh. Okay, why do we have a table? This is not no qualifications. I actually made contact. That's good. Daniels is very good. He looked like a penis, but he's very good. He's also very short and skinny. When he tried to gain weight, he just gained weight in his stomach and chest. He didn't gain weight in his arms at all. Somehow he became a turtle. I can't believe that guy's still wrestling. He's still wrestling on like Ring of Honor and stuff, from what I saw. Last time I watched Ring of Honor, which is probably about a good month and a half or so ago, he was still wrestling on there too. He was wrestling like Zack Sabre Jr. or something like that. I don't know. He's hanging around with some other guy. Like, I don't understand how Christopher Daniels is the head of talent relations and he's still wrestling. Well, head of talent relations in AEW. I think from the looks of things, Kazarian is the only one in this match that is still a full-time wrestler. Scotty is done because he should have been done by this point, really. Abyss is done. Christopher Daniels is mostly done. AJ doesn't wrestle as often. He's still technically a full-time wrestler, but he doesn't wrestle as much. Does AJ even wrestle house shows now? I don't think he even wrestles at house shows, does he? I think he might be on his last contract, he said. Well, his last full-time contract. They'd probably give him some kind of Legends deal or something like that. This was 12 years ago. So we talk about wrestlers being around for a long time. If it was if he was watching a football game, virtually nobody on the field would still be playing. So we actually doing pretty good for a 6-man tag on a wrestling show. Where I got 10 or 12 guys to still being around. They really trying to defibrillate the fans to get them into this thing, but I don't think they care. All right, they tagged in AJ. So now he can do cool stuff. Oh, hammerlock suplex. That was nice. That's what we talk about when we talk about, smaller guys. AJ actually lays his shit in. He doesn't work small. He's just small. I can't believe Christopher Daniels is beating up Scott Steiner. I'm just so weird. I think that was a counter. 2. Oh, that was believable. Pele kick. Are they giving AJ's hitting all his shit? This match must be over, I guess. AJ hitting everything in his goddamn repertoire at this point. Gunner. 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 Oh, what was that? Oh, Facebuster by Scott Steiner. Abyss is a workhorse in this match. Like, he's actually doing stuff. I'm surprised Steiner doing so much. Uh-oh. What is he doing? Why is he humping him? Oh, they're about to try to do something bad to AJ Styles. They got dark machinations. Saved by Christopher Daniels. Oh my God! What was that? So was that a tackle? Did he spear him? What was that? Gunner and Christopher Daniels just went through the chair. That was probably the most over spot in the match. It looked weird though. Oh no! AJ and Abyss just botched AJ's spot, and he beat him with a springboard moonsault. Yes, he beat him with a springboard moonsault. Oh. Another botched finish. Clearly, that was supposed to be AJ's, moonsault into the Scorpion Death Drop spot, but Abyss was too far away, so he just hit him with a moonsault, like a springboard moonsault. He just stayed down for it. Look, okay, I guess you didn't have time to do it over, so whatever. Just get this guy off my screen, please. We are 44. Oh my God! Now that I know remember that this exists, I'm not going to be happy about it. Why was Abyss the guy taking the pinfall here? Whoa! Did he just push Scott Steiner? What's wrong with him? He was the X Division. Wait a minute. He lost the X Division title to Brian Kendrick. Oh well. Unless there was something in between there. That doesn't sound very good. But they're giving him the flux for losing. You're fat. That's what's going on. That's what's wrong with you. You got cellulite around your brain. I didn't notice how many springboards are in this match until they started showing the clips. These Fortune guys basically work circles around these dudes. Steiner can only do so much. He was in his 40s at this point. And Abyss was never good. Super Pele. It was a moonsault. It just hit him pretty hard. Is this before or after they gave Abyss the Hall of Fame ring? They were supposed to give him superpowers or some shit. That was a really dumb character stuff. Oh no, here we got Bully Ray again. I can't believe we still got Bully Ray going on today. My goodness, this guy was wrestling in '95. Oh, he wrestling Mr. Anderson tonight? Okay.
So Anderson said that there's only room in Immortal for one asshole. I agree with him. This asshole. The biggest, the baddest, the roughest, toughest asshole on the block in Immortal and in the wrestling business. You see, everybody makes mistakes in life. Hell, I made a mistake by carrying that sack of crap Devon around for 15 years. Your mother and father made a mistake when they decided to have you.
Oh, wow. Disrespectful.
Even Hogan and Bischoff can make mistakes. And the biggest mistake that they made, allowing Ken Anderson into Immortal. I'm going to right the wrong. I'm going to change the mistake for them. I'm going to beat Anderson out of Immortal. Beat him down really bad right here, right now. Anderson, so help me God. The last face you see will be mine, and the last voice you hear will be mine. The winner of the match from Hell's Kitchen, New York City, Ray.
Oh boy. All right. I like Bully Ray. He's a good promo. He says shit like he means it. So that's important. Why does Hulk Hogan want to kill Kurt Angle? All right, so they're telling the story here. Okay. I remember this Kurt Angle, Ken Anderson cage match stuff. They had a really good series of matches, these guys. Okay. All right. Well, they did a good job of setting this up. I don't understand it in terms of why either one of these guys was in his face. Did he just spit in that man's face? Why is these guys kissing Hulk Hogan's ass? You spit in this man's face. He should kill you. He should kill your family. Oh. All righty. This ought to be fun at least. I'm kind of ambivalent about the whole Bully Ray's singles push. He's very good at promos. I had never had any real interest in watching him wrestle anybody though. I could watch him talk shit to people all day, but I don't know if I ever had any inclination to watch a Bully Ray match. But this ought to be fun at the very least. Because if nothing else, they can hit each other in the head with chairs and shit. This is about that time. I like Mr. Anderson, though. You put him in there with the right opponent, he's really good. What is Bully Ray doing? Oh, he's about to try to ambush Mr. Anderson. Is that the plan? Okay. I would imagine that he's watching this on the monitor and okay. Whew. I forgot how big of a deal he was in TNA. This is Mr. Anderson. Because he was in when he went to TNA, they treated him like a big deal almost immediately. But that's what they did to almost everybody. He wore a duck hunter's hat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only freaking asshole in TNA wrestling. Wisconsin.
You should have hit him with the microphone. That would have been good. I think I would probably have a better attitude about Bully Ray if he still wasn't wrestling today. Like if he'd have retired like 3 or 4 years ago or something like that, I probably would have fonder memories of Bully Ray. But considering he's still, he hit him with the microphone. Okay, that's exactly what I said he should do. But since he's still wrestling today, I'm just kind of like, why? You know, kind of had that attitude. Like, I don't want to watch this fucking guy. It's crazy that Bully Ray, I think, is older than Anderson. I'm pretty sure he's older than Anderson. And I think Anderson is done. I think he's retired. I think also he got injuries and stuff. I think, what was this, last year, maybe? That they claimed that Anderson was running a scam wrestling school that was taking people's money and they weren't actually opening up classes. I think COVID closed them or something like that. It was some kind of crazy school. I don't forget who he was doing business with, but it was he was a part of some kind of wrestling academy or something like that, where people were still paying and they weren't hosting any classes. I don't think they could. I think there was like limitations on how many people could be in a building or some shit like that. But that was the last thing I heard about him. I haven't even heard anybody talk about Ken Anderson in a long time. The last time was when somebody claimed he was running a scam wrestling school. I don't remember too much about it though. I don't remember if it was during the pandemic or shortly thereafter. It's crazy that this guy, was so close yet so far. And people remember it when they see him on TV. They remember how close Anderson was, or Kennedy, to being, a top guy in both. Well, he was a top guy in TNA, but how close he was to being a top guy in WWE. But at no other time do they actually talk about him. They talk about Zack Ryder with much more fondness, I guess you could say. They talk about like Mr. Anderson, Mr. Kennedy, when it was clear that Kennedy was the guy that WWE wanted to make it. They haven't gone out of their way to bury him or kick him in the balls or anything like that. But he just never really achieved much of anything. He was U.S. champion for a cup of coffee. Then he won the Money in the Bank, and he only had that for like a week or two before they took it from him. So like everything was just snatched away at one time. So he doesn't have much of a legacy. But you can see all the false starts that they had with him. Classic heel stuff from Bully Ray with the begging off. Oh my God, the overrating of Zack Ryder was ridiculous. He was just popular on the internet. That was pretty much it. I never understood it. Even people to this day keep trying to convince me and other people that Bully Ray, not Bully Ray, but Zack Ryder was something. Oh, they should have pushed him. Oh, they should have pushed him. Pushed him where? You know damn well that you didn't want Zack Ryder to be the world champion of WWE. Stop it. Nobody wanted that. And you would lie to yourself if you did. I think he got as far as he was going to get. He won the U.S. title. He was U.S. champ for a while. And that was pretty much it. I think he won the Intercontinental title. He was Intercontinental champion for one day. It was a great moment that he got to share with his dad. That was it. What more do you want? What more could you ask for a guy who has no good matches, no good promos, and was really only known for woo 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 and doing a YouTube show? They're doing the same thing with like Xavier Woods and the New Day now. I know that Big E is pushing for Xavier Woods to start to get a real singles push. Which is what they do. They advocate for each other, which is fine. But I don't know. It's like Xavier Woods, his strong suit is creating stuff, not doing stuff in the ring. Bully's doing what Bully do best, talking that shit. Ooh, that's a good chop. I don't know what people wanted, what they wanted out of our lives by trying to get us to like Zack Ryder. I don't get it. What did you want out of my life? You want me to cheer Zack Ryder? No, I don't. I don't like Zack Ryder. People need to realize just because you're over doesn't mean all of a sudden you should be in the main events or be the world champion. There's different levels of being over. Once you're like an over comedy act, you know, with no real potential to go further, why should they put you into the main event? That's what pissed me off about Eugene. Like the character got over being, what he was, and then they started putting him in 30-minute matches. I'm like, bro, you you gotta be kidding me. Like you taking the joke too far. When you start having him wrestle like world champion seriously, like you gotta be kidding me. Like we gotta. Yeah, I do remember when people wanted Mizdow to be the world champion. I wanted him to get pushed and everything. It's like, come on, bro. You gotta be real. He's doing sidekick comedy shit. That is not world champion material. You know? It's not. Hate to break it to you. Ooh. Them chest chops look pretty good. That Mizdow stuff was fucking hilarious though. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous things get over in the WWE. Ridiculous things get over in wrestling, period, I should say. Guys talking to heads and talking to mops and shit. You never know what's going to get over, if you're being honest. Which is why, that's the thing about creative. When you're creative, you come up with something that sounds dumb, and everybody knows it's dumb, but heavens to Betsy, they might like it anyway. People talking, this guy was talking to a mop, and people thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Santino with the puppet, and everything. I thought that was the greatest and the most funniest shit in the world, bro. I mean, it is a matter of people like to pick the underdogs, and it's a matter of people who like to be contrarians. But when you're a contrarian to that degree, where you're like, oh, Zack Ryder should have been the world champion, it's like you shouldn't be taken seriously at that point. It's one thing to acknowledge that the guy was over and they should have been using him even though he was over. But, I mean, yes, he was over enough for you to use him on TV. You should have been doing stuff with him on TV for sure. But what more did you want? You wanted him to main event WrestleMania and beat John Cena? Like, nobody would have bought that. That shit not realistic. But they do that stuff all the time, and the WWE has a big problem with that. The fans will fall in love with some lovable loser, and all of a sudden, people are kind of like, he should be in the main event. Why do they won't do it? It's like, what the hell are you talking about? You gotta like things in its proper perspective and the proper proportion. Like everybody loves R-Truth. That doesn't mean R-Truth should be wrestling Brock Lesnar, bro. No, we like what R-Truth is doing. That's it. That's because we cheer what he does. It doesn't mean we want him to elevate beyond what he's doing. Because sometimes, as soon as you start elevating people, that's when they stop getting over. It happened to Jack Ryder. I mean, not Jack Ryder, but not even Zack Ryder. What am I talking about? I meant Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger was far more over as a mid-carder than he was as a world champion. When he was doing the Swagger, Sword and Eagle and all that kind of stuff, he was fucking funny. And then they got rid of all of that when he became world champion. Ooh. That's a nice little interesting kick we had there for Anderson. You gotta put things in their proper perspective. Oh, Uranagi. They're having a decent one here between these two. The crowd is not biting on the 2 counts, but they like this. Because the fans never really wanted them to be champion in the first place. They just wanted to be. It's like I don't know how many of you all have a history with kids, but kids want what you got. They don't want what you give them. You know, like you could go and give a kid something they truly love, chicken nuggets. I very rarely meet a toddler who hates chicken nuggets. If you give them chicken nuggets just because you think they might want them, they don't want them. But if they see you eating chicken nuggets, they want all of them. That's just kind of how fans are sometimes too. Like if they didn't push certain guys, the fans will want you to push them. And then as soon as you start to push them, the fans don't want them anymore. It's very weird. I hate it. That's also why you don't listen to them. You listen to the cash register. Now, Zack Ryder sold a bunch of T-shirts, a bunch of gimmicks and shit. You know, but you still have to put things in their proper perspective. That's why you should have put him on the show so you could sell more gimmicks, but not so he could be world champion and main event WrestleMania and shit like that. That's not his role. I don't understand why fans don't get that. And it's the whole thing with the Orange Cassidy stuff right now. Like you can like the guy, you can say that he's over, but it's not exactly like the guy should be in the main event, being the world champion. He can sell T-shirts and shit, but come on, gotta keep things in perspective. Koshan Ard, is there any matches you looking forward to All Out? Miro and Hobbs. That's pretty much it. I like both of those guys. Oh my God, they're falling all over the place. What's going on here? I like both of those guys, so I want to see Miro and Hobbs. I'm going to watch the whole show, but I'm really just going to pay very close attention to Miro and Hobbs because I like both of those guys, and I think that between the two of them, they could have a smash mouth banger that I really would enjoy. I also kind of want to see Omega and Takeshita, but those are the only two matches I'm really interested in on that show. I really just kind of like they could have put both of those matches on a Dynamite, and that'd have been great. But you want to do them all out? Okay, fine. Takeshita is a interesting prospect for AEW. I don't know what his ceiling is because I don't know what they plan to do. But I would have thought Takeshita would have been one of the guys they would have had beat Orange Cassidy for the international title. He just feels like a guy who should have been pushed further than he really has been. Like he should be the TNT champion or something like that right now. Ooh, what a low blow. Oh, he pins him with a low blow. Oh, I hate that finish. The crowd hated that finish too because there's no real excitement for it. There wasn't a pop. Oh, brother. I'm guessing he had more matches after this. Why did Anderson lose? He should have won. This is the first sighting of Hogan and Bischoff all night. Interested about that. Oh, he's wearing a T-shirt with a pocket protector. Bischoff.
Running around like a bunch of 150-pound kids. Did you forget who the hell you were? You're a monster. You're not a little cruiserweight out there running around. What's wrong with you? Eat them alive. How many times? How many times are you going to let me down? First, it's the exhibition. You dropped the ball. You crapped the bed on me. How many times? Oh, Bishop, you see that? You guys see that? Oh, yeah. Did you guys see that?
Bischoff is wearing a T-shirt with a pocket on it. He should be booted from this building. You look like a bum.
You didn't see it? No. I beat the hell out of him. Oh, my God. You would have been so
You look like a dad helping his daughter move into her new apartment. Oh, they're all disappointed in Abyss. Oh, poor Abyss. Oh, poor Abyss. Anyway, Orange Cassidy is a comedy character. It's weird when wrestlers are comedy characters and all of a sudden they cut the typical no one that looks like me should be champion pro bowler. Oh my god. Oh my god. They have been trying to make him more serious, but his gimmick is still that he puts his hands in his pockets. So, I mean, who is the tag team champions? Let's get to this. My favorite member of Judgment Day is probably Dominic Mysterio or Rhea Ripley. I like both of them. I'm loving Dominic, though. Dominic rules. The dominant tag team and taglines. Ah, beer money. All right. Oh, it's more Mexican America. Oh, Lord. I love me some James Storm, so I'm going to try to watch this. But I don't know about this whole Hernandez thing, and I don't know about that other guy. I'm not familiar. Anarchia. Sarita and Rosita have changed clothes. Well, it's been like an hour since they were out there, so. My man is wearing pants that look they're such walking stereotypes, bro. Hernandez is like an extra from American Me. I have no idea who this other guy is. Yeah, it's like, it's so odd. It's so long ago. I can't believe we were still doing Mexican foreign heels. And they just basically cholos. I like Beer Money. I like me some James Storm and Bobby Roode. I like both of these guys. Always more of a James Storm guy myself, but I like Beer Money. He's from the country. He's from the city. Oh, well, thanks for telling me how they're so opposite. But Bobby Roode is fucking Canadian. So they're not not that different. I'll tell you that. You know, Canada ain't nothing but Tennessee up north. Koshawa Ard, what are your thoughts on the MJF Adam Cole storyline? I like it. I think it's pretty good. They're doing it. It's the reason why it's drawing. You know, it's done a good job of really showing the layers of both characters and all the people involved. I mean, it's got people talking about the Kingdom, and nobody cares about Matt Taven or Mike Bennett, for Christ's sake. I mean, you talk about two more irrelevant guys, but they're actually relevant now because of how over MJF and Adam Cole have become. It says JS remembers when James Storm tried to go to NXT but left, and then Bobby Roode went to NXT. They did. They signed. I think James Storm was supposed to go to NXT. He made one shot, I think, and then he left. Man, I wanted James Storm in NXT badly. That would have been great. But I think he only made like a couple of appearances, maybe 2 at the most. It's about that same amount of appearances Kota Ibushi made. I think Kota Ibushi made 2 or 3 appearances in NXT, and that was it. They were trying to save TNA guys in NXT all of a sudden. It's so warm in this room. I'm getting miserable. He's from the country. He's from the city. What kind of lyrics are these? I can't believe this guy's basically a bootleg Chavo Guerrero. I can't stand it. He cut the most generic heel promo of all time, too. Hernandez was still in Impact 2 years ago. He's not there now, at least not yet. He'll probably show up at Impact 1000. I think 2 years ago they were doing a gimmick where he had like a roll of money, and it kept disappearing. And he was trying to kill people to get his roll of money back. It seemed like they really wanted more out of Hernandez than he was willing to give. Like, it just felt like they wanted him to be more, but he ended up just kept getting stuck in tag teams. Koshan R, do you think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn has gone stale because they haven't done? Man, they've been stale for at least 2 months. You know, they've been stale since at least May. You know, since they stopped feuding with the Usos, it's been a problem. You know, it's part of their fault. It's also a part not their fault, because it's their fault because they are higher enough on the card and they got enough stroke to make things happen if they really wanted it to. It's not their fault because the bloodline stuff was super over and people didn't really care what you did as long as the bloodline stuff was going on, you know. But once they became detached from the bloodline, that was it. You know, that wasn't their fault, you know. But they couldn't stay with the bloodline forever. So JS says it's funny that people were blaming NXT for hurting the indies then. AEW shows up and kills ROH and no one cares about TNA and New Japan anymore. Oh, they're raping New Japan too. Stardom? Oh yeah. Once they take Will Ospreay from AEW, maybe people will start. I mean, from New Japan, maybe people start complaining. You know, all of a sudden, guys who were full time in New Japan don't really want to be in Japan anymore. Like Jay White, all of a sudden, oh, I feel like I want to go wrestle in the States now. Like, oh really? You know, Kota Ibushi quit New Japan for that very reason. It took them forever to get trust between the two of them parties, because Ibushi was always one of those I do what I want kind of guys. And then he was like, oh, I would never betray the New Japan audience. I love you guys. You guys love me. Then they finally made him the world champion. Then he was like, Yakuza! They're trying to kill me and my mom. And I was like, what the hell is this nut talking about? Now he's in AEW. But they're doing an awesome job of eating New Japan alive. They're doing a great job of that. Anytime somebody gets over in New Japan, AEW must have them. So don't be surprised they start taking all the Gaijin, Bullet Club guys in a minute. JS says, I blame it on Kevin Owens. His angry gimmick sucks. Plus, there's no tag division. Yeah. I mean, they got the stroke that if they wanted a tag team division, they could have put forth the effort. You know? But they seem to be fighting the same battle that, you know, Sasha Banks and Naomi were fighting, where WWE just does not care about tag teams. They don't care. You can't force people to care about stuff, you know? For WWE, tag matches are time fillers. And that's why they do so many 6-man tags. to fill time. They don't look at them as main events. Not really. Because they got so many talents that they could just put in a tag team. They just choose not to, which is stupid. No, I don't think Braun Breaker should move up to the main roster yet. There's nothing for him to do yet. You know, there's no position for him yet. I would say give it another couple of months. Figure out what's going to happen with Edge. Let Roman finish his run. You know, maybe when Roman drops the belt, I'll bring Braun Breaker up. Because I can tell you, once Roman dropped the belt, you can pretty much forget him being a part of the show for the most part. Because then it'll be over. There's nothing for him to prove. He'll probably pop up here and there, but that's about it. And then maybe you can start bringing in Braun Breaker at that point for the changing of the guard. Because usually that's what they do is once one guy is on his way out, that's when they start bringing in his quote-unquote replacement. And I can see Braun Breaker being the replacement for Roman Reigns. But you got to phase Roman out first. Like once they phased out John Cena, they started super pushing Roman. So once they phase out Roman, they got to start pushing Braun. So, ooh. This crowd does not care about Hernandez at all, or Mexican America, or anything that these guys are doing. This guy is. They do not care about this match. That Mexican American thing is not over with them. They're booing it, but they're just not emotionally attached to it. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus have sucked. It sucks. They had two good matches. They had the match in Saudi Arabia was pretty good, and the match this past on Raw with Zoe Stark was pretty good. But the promos have been mostly terrible, and it seems that they've lost more interest than they've gained over time. So hopefully Payback is the end of it, and you don't have to deal with this shit no more. And maybe boot Trish Stratus over to Raw. You know what I'm saying? Boot her over to SmackDown or something. I think they already planning to put Becky Lynch on NXT for a couple of weeks. You know, so she could work with Tiffany Stratton. So they actually got something for her in the future. Trish though, who knows? She'll probably just keep coming out with Zoe Stark, and that's it. What is he doing to Bobby Roode? Oh, it's a backbreaker. I haven't seen this in forever. Ooh. A jumping Mongolian chop. He run like he about to fall over. The best thing about this show so far is there's no Eric Young. That rules. Eric Young is not there, which is great. I don't know if he was injured. I don't know if he fell off a cliff. All I know is he's not there, and that's great. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on with that. What happened here? I think I got cut off for a second there. What were some of my favorite Nickelodeon shows? I like the little what was the show where the kids used to run around in the castle or whatever, and you had to climb stuff? The little obstacle course show. I thought that was fun. I was also a big fan of Rugrats and Hey Arnold and Doug. Even though I was a little young to understand Doug, I liked it. But that was it. Like those three shows, really. Those four, rather. The obstacle course. I like maybe Double Dare. I like Double Dare too when I was a kid. Double Dare was a fun show. Why they never did anything like that again? It was crazy to me. What was that? They're botching the shit out of these movies. You know, these guys remind me of like the full-blooded Italians from ECW, where it's a clear gimmick, except for they didn't go so far as to like what they put Tracy Smothers in. Oh shit, that was nice. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, finally. Good finish. Solid finish there. JS liked Brain Surge. I don't think I'm familiar with that. What is Brain Surge? Was that a Nickelodeon show? Went and got them a good old USA flag. But why would he have a USA flag and Bobby Roode is Canadian? Very weird. He's from the country. He's from the city. Oh my God. Who performed these songs? For Christ's sake, brother. Brain Surge is a Nickelodeon show that was similar to Double Dare. Legends of the Hidden Temple, that was what it's called. Yeah. I love that show, man. When I was a kid, I loved that show. We don't even have like competition shows like that anymore outside of like American Ninja Warrior. They don't even have competition shows like that anymore. Or Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? You know, they don't have that kind of stuff anymore.
But it's dangerous. You don't know what it's going to do. It's hard to prepare for a guy when you don't know what it's going to do.
To get pre-match comments from the challenger, Kurt Angle, we send it to JB standing by with the Olympic gold medalist. Thank you very much, Mike Tenay, and certainly as the main event awaits, Kurt Angle. Tonight, you versus Sting for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's all on the line, and Sting has said point blank.
Is this Perk Angle we want to watch here?
Tonight, your thoughts?
Well, Sting is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I've never really beaten him. Tonight's a very important night for me, and I know in order to be the best in the world, to be the best ever, I need to beat Sting. And he has to say what he has to say, but I want to tell him this. Sting, I won't lose. That's it. I won't lose.
Sting, I won't lose. Not losing, Sting. I like Austin Theory. Unfortunately, Triple H doesn't. It's just, he's not ready. But Zoe Stark is. Brain Surge might have been the last show, and that was 15 years ago. That's awful. I've never even heard of this show. That's why I like I think that's part of the reason why a lot of networks started to die and Food Network started to go up, is because Food Network started doing more competition shows. People like competition shows. They like Chopped, you know, Iron Chef Kids, the bacon competition shows that they have. People started liking those shows. Like, yes, they enjoy. What's the show that I'm thinking of? Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dabs. People love that show too, but people also like the competition shows. Beat Bobby Flay. You know, they started doing all kinds of stuff. You know, Celebrity Chopped and all this kind of stuff, and those shows ended up being fucking great. And that's, you know, Food Network is one of the most watched networks on TV. You know, because they're doing competition shows and there's no politics, there's no other horseshit in it. You know, it's, can you make good food? You know, and people like watching cool people make good food. They need to bring back competition TV, the American Gladiators, and American Gladiators and stuff like that. Yeah, the tailgate competition show was pretty cool. I watched like one episode of it. I never caught it again. Is that the one what you're talking about? Is that the one where they were buying groceries from other people? Like somebody would come out of a grocery store and they have to buy that person the groceries from them and make whatever they can out of what other people shop. So they're like giving people like $100 for their groceries and stuff like that. My favorite Cartoon Network shows, I don't know, it's a little harder because, I mean, well, you had Dexter's Laboratory, you had Johnny Bravo. I love me some Johnny Bravo. Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is probably my favorite. I love Samurai Jack. I especially like when they rebooted it. That was really great. I promised my lady friend I was going to watch Powerpuff Girls. And I may actually do that. I may not just been lying. I might actually do it. Because sometimes I'll say I'll do things and I don't. But I might actually watch Powerpuff Girls. So that's 3. I said Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, and Samurai Jack. I guess you can cut the Boondocks. Guys' Grocery Games might be what you're talking about. No. Guys' Grocery Games is when they were running around in the grocery store. There was a tailgating show where they had to make food in the parking lot, and if somebody came out with like groceries, like random people, the competitors had to go and ask to buy stuff that was in their bag. So if you, like, somebody bought a ham, you had to go buy their ham from them, and you had to basically make food with that. Guys' Grocery Games was indoors, and it was inside of a grocery store, and they had to go and buy their own groceries, and it was like a time limit to how much they could get of the stuff that they're supposed to get. That was a good show too, though. Guys' Grocery Games. That was fun. Sting Turn Angle. This is what I came to see. What are some underrated rivalries that don't get talked about? Ahmed Johnson and Ron Simmons. Well, Ahmed Johnson and Farouk. One of my favorite feuds. World Heavyweight Champion, the Icon Sting. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that guy's so excited to see Sting. That's the man right there, Daddy. I'm pretty sure there's some more. I can't think of them off the top of my head. There's quite a few. I'm talking about underrated, like they don't talk about enough. I don't know. I know there's got to be some more. JF, like the Teen Titans, the tailgating show I watched, had the host tell them what to make, and some judges decided which one was better. That's not like Chopped, you know. But Chopped, they actually give you the ingredients and everything, so maybe it's different. Yeah, Randy Orton and Undertaker was very good. Yeah, that's true. Better than I remember too when I look back at it. I think I saw an episode of Rivalries, WWE Rivalries with Randy Orton and Undertaker, and it was tremendous. It was very good. I think Edge and Undertaker was very underrated too. It's been quite mid. Oh, so Mr. Medicare is back all of a sudden. I thought he was dead. They said he had the big C. Yes, I watched Family Guy. I hate Family Guy. Do I know who Ethan Ralph is? Is that the Bloodsports guy? Something told me that might be the Bloodsports guy. There's so many of those dudes. They float around all the time. But I thought Mr. Medicare was sick or something like that. I'm surprised he's coming back. All hail Jim. I can't believe he's been on the internet so long and he didn't get doxxed. That's crazy. He must be like a secret hacker or something like that for you to. I'm aware of like the blood sports guys and all that kind of stuff. I kind of fell off when they became like Baked Alaska and all those people. I was kind of like, nah, I'm good, because it became like a bunch of bad faith actors. The big debate me bro side of the internet, when they were legit trying to have debates and trying to understand each other, that was fun. When they became let's clickbait each other and I'm gonna take what you say out of context and do a 2-hour live stream on it. Fuck that. He had C and an autoimmune disease. God damn, he's not dead. Wow, that's a tough guy. I'm still, like I said, I'm still just floored at the fact that he didn't get doxxed, because he had a lot of heat, that Mr. Medicare. Like, he's one of those guys like Tommy Sotomayor that was constantly getting banned on Twitter and banned off the internet. So how nobody actually managed to dox him, it was crazy to me. Courage the Cowardly Dog is a good show too. I mean, I watched it, but it's not one of my favorites. But it's a show that I've seen. He got the cops called on him. They swatted you? That's when shit started getting trill and they started swatting each other. I was like, man, these people crazy. That's crazy. I never heard of him getting doxxed or swatted. He must have just no-sold that shit. Usually when somebody get doxxed or swatted or something like that, they can't stop talking about it. He started getting scared and started trying to be mellow, like what happened with Tim Pool. I know getting swatted sucks, but come on. And usually when people get doxxed, that's when they just say fuck it and go ahead and start doing stuff with their face on it, because they've already been doxxed. That's what happened to Sargon, I guess. He released the camera, I guess he made footage and stopped talking about it. Oh, well, that makes sense. So many people get so wrapped up in their own victimization that they never really stop talking about it. That's what happened with like all the feminists and shit. They just never stop fucking talking about how they got doxxed or whatever. It's like, yo, get over it. It's the internet. If you talk shit on the internet, eventually people are gonna try to figure out who you are. WG Phil says most of Medicare's docs was at his house, and he got swatted every stream in 2022. Never a face doc. That's what I was thinking of. It's like they never dropped like his like name and stuff. They must have found his VPN or whatever and chased down his address. That's crazy. But I would imagine somebody like him, because he used to make like these 2-hour streams making fun of like the craziest Tumblr sex of the internet. That stuff was hilarious. And I was like, yo, how is this? How like they kicked people off the internet for far less than what Medicare was doing. Like this dude must have like a secret code or something. Then I found out he was like perma banned from Twitter back in the day. And I was like, oh shit. Cause I remember I got perma banned from Facebook. Like that was that was crazy. I didn't do anything. Oh yeah, not only did they drop the ball with Warlow, they kicked the ball over the fence. You know, they didn't just drop it, bro. They flat out didn't want the ball when it comes to Warlow. And you got Buddy sitting at home getting fat and drunk. He's depressed because they're not using him. You know, you would think they would bring him in if they got somebody who keeps getting suspended and keep getting beating up their guys. They would bring in somebody who's a little bit more dependable, but no, nope, because they don't give a shit. It's not about making money. It's about making friends. I don't like this gear from Sting. This gear is ugly. It's a weird color, and he got a logo in the middle of his stomach. That sucks. Yeah, Wardlow's wasting his time. They're wasting Wardlow's time. He needs to go ahead and leave, dog. He needs to go ahead and take a walk. I just can't wait for that guy to get in NXT. That ought to be so much fun. Yeah, this perk angle because he got his head not shaved. I think everybody thought Wardlow was going to be the top face. He crushed MJF in like 2 minutes. And it seemed like he was off to the races. And then they didn't know what to do with him after that. And then how dare he criticize his booking, and he ain't been on TV since. Since he claimed he was depressed because of how they been treating him. He ain't been on TV since. It's been weeks and weeks and weeks. They didn't even put him in Ring of Honor or anything like that so he can get better. They just stopped using him altogether. Damn shame. Brenda can't even spell a name. Oof, that was a stiff knee. Will gamers ever rise up? No. Yeah, I mean, him beating MJF completely killed his push somehow. You know, there was literally nowhere for him to go after that. Very weird. You would think that would have been the first thing is he would come back and try to crush MJF and get the title. If for nothing but MJF to get his win back. But they didn't even decide to go that route. I mean, how I would do it, if I was to do it, is I would have Wardlow just pop up and just start powerbombing Adam Cole. Like powerbomb Symphony on Adam Cole. And then, just make MJF watch him powerbomb Adam Cole 100 times. And then make MJF come in there and save him. And then MJF starts getting power. Oh, shit. Explosive by Sting. And then make MJF come in there and save him and get powerbombed too. He'll be instantly back over. He'll be over as a heel, but he'll be instantly back over. I mean, Wardlow is such a sad case, bro. I'm not even sure what he's got, because we haven't seen a lot of them. I like Joker's thing too, because I like silly shit, so I thought he was doing something interesting. It was interesting that he was willing to update the character a little bit at the time. Because usually when a character is a classic, they don't want to mess with it too much. But taking risks, it's TNA. Who cares? Take the risk. He'd been the Crow Sting for a long time. Doing the Joker Sting thing was different. It was, that was nice. Right into the Scorpion Death Drop. Oh, crowd didn't care about that. Would Adam Cole survive a Wardlow powerbomb? Well, I guess that's the question. I guess that's why you don't do it, because he most certainly would have to take a powerbomb if I was booking it. I would book him to powerbomb Adam Cole at least 3 times before MJF even noticed it. And then once Adam Cole was limping in the ring, not moving, and everybody feeling bad for him, and MJF would have to run in the ring and save him. Have I ever seen ICP wrestle Eddie and Ray? Right? No, I've never seen ICP wrestle at all. I've only heard about them wrestling. I don't think matter of fact, I think I have. It was a match that involves a school bus. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. But I knew that they had their own little wrestling promotion too. For a little while. I've never been a insane clown posse guy. I've never been they're local boys too, and I've never been a fan of them. It's crazy because there's not a lot of juggalos around here. There's probably some in the suburbs, but I've never met anybody who actually listens to them. I lived in this area for almost 40 years. I never met anybody who actually listens to Insane Clown Posse. Nor do I know where they're from in this area. It seems like they might be from like Warren or something. Corey Shines with my thoughts on LA Knight. I think the view with the Miz is going to show what he can really do. I think that's what I think. He's got charisma. He can talk. I put him in that Mr. Anderson Kennedy class of guys that you feel like he's right there, but you're not sure, and hopefully something happens that gets him to the next level. I think Vince would have given him the Money in the Bank, though, if we're being real. I think Vince would have did it. Triple H was like, no, Damian Priest. And look, everybody likes Damian Priest, but, he basically disappeared with that thing. Sting and Kurt Angle are having a pretty good match here. Ooh. I love their matches together. I think they had a match at Bound for Glory that was really good, too. It's crazy that they're having these kind of quality matches in front of these fucking Impact audiences. And yet AEW is doing shitty matches in front of 60,000 people, 80,000 people. If only Jay White had done a few with them, he probably would have got lost in the shuffle. It's actually I am very surprised at how many people are actually not that interested in Jay White. I'm actually surprised at his position right now. It's like Tony Khan wants him to be a big deal. And it seems like they're waiting for him to be a big deal. But compared to when they brought in Adam Cole or Danielson or even Claudio, he's had a really soft push coming right out of the gate. No big singles feud, no big singles match. It's all just been Bullet Club shit. AEW needs to bring in Disco Inferno to have a dance off of Garcia. Oh my God. If they want to retain the 900,000 viewers they have, they keep Disco Inferno away from it. Yeah, I think Damian Priest is probably a situation where both kind of agree that he's one of their guys. I don't think Vince guys are getting through anymore. I think there's going to have to be a compromise of some sort each time. Like, I think Cody is a compromise guy. They both like him. But it's pretty clear when you see like EO as the women's champion. I don't think that's a Vince decision. I don't think Vince is behind that one. But Rhea Ripley, yes, I could see them both agreeing on her. I could see them both agreeing on Gunther. But EO, nah, that's all Triple H. I could just tell. Yeah, I don't believe Damian Priest will be champion long either. I think he's gonna win the title and then probably lose it in like a month or two. I'm surprised at the lack of story that they built up to into this match. You'd think they'd have built it up throughout the night, but they didn't. I was surprised. I think he does have like a an alcohol thing, doesn't he? He owns some kind of alcohol business. I think him and I think he was when he drinking that stuff with Steve Austin, some kind of alcohol beverage, some kind of beverage he has, or or is it cigars? It was one or the other. Oh no, ref bump. Damian Priest is gonna have a Batista run. Well, okay. Here's the thing: Batista had runs, but they were almost always broken up by injuries. So is that what you mean? Like Batista never really had a solid beginning to end world title run. He should have always cut short because of like injuries or other crazy stuff that was happening. I think the Undertaker feud was one time he had a match that was that where he walked in, he had like a real run going in as champion. The amount of people who are liking Juice Robinson, I don't get it. Like I get why you would that Juice Robinson isn't a plain Jane like Jay White is, but Juice Robinson is a goof. Like he's like Jay White's overactive puppy. Oh no, is Kurt Angle turning heel? Oh no, Kurt, why would you do that, brother? And Angle slam. 1, 2. Come on, Sting! Oh, Angle wins. Angle wins with the help of Hogan. So is they trying to tease Angle joining Immortal here? Wasn't his 06, 07 run solid? Well, he won the title in 2005. He was champion for a little while. He got hurt. He came back. Was it late 05 when he came back and the whole thing with Booker T and it fell apart? Or was that 06? I don't remember. It was one of those years. Where it kind of fell apart. Oh well, the show is over. So that was TNA Hardcore Justice. I like the main event. Main event was very good. Anderson and Bully Ray was okay. I didn't like the finish though. Overall, kind of a basura show. Overall, not very good. But yeah, I think the 07 run, because it ended with Undertaker beating him for the title. I think that was probably his most solid run. Did you ever see that SVU episode where the brothers are on the down low? You mean the one where he says, I'm not gay. What is this? I sleep with women. I have sex with men. Oh, that was so stupid. That was a stupid ass episode. Yeah, where is Shotzi? I don't know what's going on with Shotzi. Juice Robinson was at his best when he had the jobber hippie gimmick. Now he's just there. I don't know, man. People seem to like him right now. I don't know why. He's annoying as fuck. I can't stand him. He's like a yapping puppy. I can't stand that guy. WG Phil said, I think Rose cigar brand is American Rebel unless he's a sponsor of said brand. Yeah, I was thinking he had something. No, Kurt Angle and Hogan had a partnership. Certain never officially joined Immortal. Oh, okay. Then what was okay? I guess it was a nice tease. I guess it was a fine tease. Have sex with men. Like what? I think they was like going in dark rooms and shit, banging each other. Like, what is wrong with these people? I do think Treat Williams is going to turn on Carmelo Hayes. I don't want that to be the case, but something tells me that is what it's going to be, because why would it be anything else? You know, it would be nice if they could go their entire time without feuding with each other. You know, but that's just seemed like a New Day situation where we're just going to separate them and they're not ever going to break up or feud with each other. But they're teasing a feud between Trick and Mello, so it's a little different. Yo, I have relationships with women. I knew it was something like that. I knew it was something stupid. It was. It's quite frankly like a very, very dumb thing. It was so dumb, and you know what? That that line would not exist today because they wouldn't say that he was gay. They say he was gender fluid or something. That means you're gender fluid. It means you're bisexual because you can't say he's gay. He's clearly gay, but you can't say he's gay. But Jay says, I hope whenever Cody turns heel that when he comes out for his entrance, he picks a baby from a fan at the entrance ramp and kisses it. If Cody was like to turn into a heel like the Vision from the comic book series where him and Brandy keeps trying to be like completely normal people, but deep down they're like insecure, bloody psychos where they sweep bodies under the couch and shit like that. That would be fun. That's American Psycho right there, you know. He's pretending to be a normal person, but in reality, he wants to chop you with an axe, and bang whores and all this kind of stuff. Seasons 5 to 9 SVU was peak. There was a time there when SVU was good TV, and then it became Mariska Hargitay's personal project, and it was like, yeah, this is not working. That's when it became a whole lot of not good. Oh, he's gonna do the Homelander thing. Yeah, I don't think it's a new Hurt Business between the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. I don't think about it that way. Nah, you're not in the minority. SVU sucks. It does suck. It sucks ass right now though, especially. They keep changing the people. I don't know how many times the roster of talent gonna have to change too, because I know the roster's changed quite a bit. And then the chick who played Rollins, she's gone now too. So there's always people leaving, coming and going when it comes to SVU. So they didn't change the roster a bunch of times. There's a bunch of people who've been on the show and been off the show. They brought back Stabler just to lecture him about how everything he did in the past was wrong and make him promise he's never going to do it again. It's like, geez. Cut his balls off and put them in your purse, why don't you? All right. Let's see if we can get a couple more comments here, and then we're going to wrap this up. Have I watched Coldcast? No. I have not watched Cold. I don't really watch a lot of those syndicated television shows. I've heard a lot about them, though. Why would Kofi be crying about reparations? He's from, like, Ghana. Well, I think he's from, like, Boston. If anything, Kofi's people were the ones selling the slaves. Hey-o! I want that gimmick. I want somebody to come out there and demand reparations from Kofi's ancestors. Like, didn't your ancestors sell mine into slavery? What, don't you owe me something? That's what I want. Stabler in real life disappoints me. Oh my goodness. That I wouldn't even be surprised anymore. I'm not surprised at all by what happens in real life when it comes to actors and actresses. I don't even want to ask about what the big deal is, but I'm not surprised. Whatever it is, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that show Happy was pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was a very sweet show. Um, he had to save his little black daughter. All right, y'all. I'm about to wrap this thing up. It was nice watching the show with y'all. If you didn't watch the show, then um, maybe listen, watch this when you do. So or if you just like to enjoy the product, that's fine too. But thank y'all, man. It's 3 hours. Pretty much the longest stream we're ever going to do. We're going to be the watch alongs. But I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.